Dave, didn't see Jonas Donskoy or Alex Lindberg out there on the ice today. Any updates on either one of those two?
Still both out day to day. Yeah.
Saw Carson Coleman out there. What are you looking for from him? What does he have to do to actually get back in the lineup at this point?
Well, he's making good progress, but the big step is getting back into practice. Obviously, he did that today. That was his. He's done a lot of work on his own, but it's different getting into practice. And he had a good day out there. Good. He was able to perform pretty well in all the little battle drills and game-like drills that we did. So it was a good day for him. What that means, for the next couple of days, I don't know yet. We'll just reevaluate it here later today. The big part for me is just that he had a good day. He's been working real hard, working to get back, and he had another good day today.
So you got the Stanley Cup champs, two-time defending champs coming in here tomorrow. Does that change? Not necessarily your approach, but
you want to load that up anymore?
Yeah. Looking to become the first three. No, anyway. Does that change your approach at all? I mean, not necessarily technical, but you think like the mindset of the team, knowing that they're going up against somebody like that.
You really got to be excited for the opportunity, the challenge to go out and play. And that's we had a great practice today. Obviously, coming off a long road trip, the guys able to have a day out of the rink yesterday and just get re-energized here. Had a great practice today, and hey, we know. I mean, they're a hell of a team. They're they got a lot of weapons at each position, and are probably anchored by the top guy in the league in net. But all that being said, hey, you go out and play the game, and we'll be ready to play when the puck drops tomorrow night.
Anything that stands out about how they do what they do? I know they have a lot of skill and talent, but as far as I don't say systems, but anything that stands out as a coach when you watch them play and execute that?
They do what they do.
Yeah.
You sit back and watch them for a while. They're consistent in what they do. They're all on the same page. They compete like hell in every area of the game, and they're a good team. They play hard together.
As a coach, what do you appreciate the most about a guy like Yarncroc in terms of you want to be able to trust guys on the ice? Just what does he do for you that you really appreciate?
Well, Yarny's he's an excellent 200-foot player. He's very responsible, in every aspect. He's got that DNA that always puts him in the right position defensively, and he's very competitive defensively. Yet, if you kind of look inside the numbers, he's also pretty efficient on the offensive side of the game, and especially as he got through some of the the slow start with the way his year started with COVID and things like that. Offensively, he's been really effective. So he's he's a hell of a player, and he's one of those guys that you just look up and down the bench and he's a hockey player.
Getting that win at the end of the road trip, what does that kind of do for the psyche of the team after several losses, right? But then you do get the win. Does that help quite a bit coming back home?
This group, we worked hard every single game on that road trip. There's a couple of stretches that we didn't like, but I usually call it the way I see it, and we deserved a better fate in a couple of those games. We did it to ourselves for sure in a couple of the games. With the Toronto game, we had a 1-goal lead, on a team that's playing a back-to-back. We had that 1-goal lead with 10 minutes to go in the game, and we gave that one away a little too easily. We had a tough stretch in Ottawa that put ourselves in a hole. But beyond that, we played good hockey on that road trip, and we deserved a little better in terms of the outcomes and the points. So it was nice to get the points in Montreal. Again, that was a good effort. In a lot of respects, that effort had a few more holes to it than the previous few games did, but we got great goaltending and we got timely playmaking, and guys played hard at the right times.
How much does it help mentally though when they see a result after all that hard work? Because you just mentioned they didn't prior. On the trip.
Fun's still a big part of this game. When you play your tail off and you don't have a result, and that happens 3-4 nights in a row. That weighs on you. Yet when you come out of a game and you've played hard, and done the things necessary to put yourself in a position you can get the win. That's it's a shot of energy. It's fun to win, and that always builds to better energy the next day.
You guys put any sort of added importance or weight on the fact that you got an off day yesterday, or you have a couple practice days this week, looking ahead, knowing how busy the close of the season is going to be?
Just, I haven't even set the schedule yet for after tomorrow's game. I mean, bottom line is, we've got X number of games in so many days, so we're going to manage our days so we have the best energy possible on game days. And squeeze as much practice time as we possibly can. So I haven't looked beyond the game tomorrow night yet, what we'll do with those 2 days following. But we got some good rest yesterday, good practice today, and then obviously put our full focus into game day tomorrow.
Hey Dave, you guys made some great changes during this trip to the line combinations. Any thoughts about the lines going into tomorrow night?
Yeah, we'll look pretty similar, Bob, to what we did in Montreal. Now, there might be a change or two. We might, still, mixing and matching with different combinations. With the amount of injuries that we've had, and with player availability, we've had to make changes. Probably too much so over the past couple months. Ideally, you like to get to some a little more set combinations up front and even on the back end. But the reality of it is we haven't been able to do that. So we'll keep tweaking things a little bit, but it'll be the same, very close to the same look as you saw in Montreal.
Since getting Schwartz and McCann back from injury, you guys have looked a little different coming to the neutral zone, less dumping stretch passes, more controlled entries with speed. Is that something that getting those two guys back allows them to do more?
Yeah, I guess statistically, I don't know if that's necessarily if it's been a big difference or not, but to answer you, I mean, those two are good players, right? Schwartzy's a guy who doesn't really drive play through the neutral zone, but he's smart in where he's at. He's confident with the puck, and he can get you through the neutral zone, and more importantly, he creates that possession in the offensive zone. McCann with his pace and speed, obviously adds to our lineup. So, the more of those guys that you can have in the lineup, obviously, the greater benefit it is. So it's nice to have those guys back in the lineup.
Good.